Shalom Israel. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakodash. To the brothers of Great Millstone, Shalom. And the other like-minded men as well, pushing the gospel. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone, and to our Aqua, that we are sisters, along with the other Akiam, who hear and believe this gospel. Shalom. Quick one through the Spirit, and it's entitled, The Broken Records Will Stop Playing Very Soon. Right? And when these people see us, that's what they see us as, because, especially Great Millstone, because all we talk about is prophecy, on a daily basis. The same topics manifest themselves, the MOTB and all of that stuff, right? And we are not a flashy camp. We don't care for appearances, we don't care for being liked by people. Our job is just to declare the truth, and that is going to seem as if we're being repetitive, right? But at the end of the day, we have to declare the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Stuff like the MOTB is always going to come out. It always will. Because what? We're living in that time. You understand? So if you have a problem with the prophet sounding like broken records, just fuck off. Go join, follow some other folly camp. But what I want to get though is the term broken record. Let's see what it says. So it says here, someone or something that constantly repeats itself, causing annoyance. Beautiful. Yesterday, brothers were out there in the street. This bitch walked past, and she was like, "On the go home." She was like, "Go home, it's Christmas," And brothers look at her and we laugh, and the men carried on with the preaching, because at the end of the day, you see, these people are getting ready to die some very horrible deaths. You understand what I say? And the broken records keep playing it. It is on the tune. It's one of the melodies on the song. Mass death is coming, but nobody's taking heed to the song, right? So it's going to be very sweet when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, which is the Heavenly Father through His Son, begin to jack up this world, man. You understand what I say? But at the end of the day, let me just get this precept. Habakkuk 2, starting at verse 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what He will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. This is the prophet speaking. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So we get the vision through these precepts, and we read it and run with it, and we go out there and prophesy in the streets. You know what I mean? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So all of these things that people saw from a mile away and said, sure, that not happen. Because look at the MOTB. I never thought I would witness it in this generation. I was expecting at least a grandchild or grandchildren, before something like that come to pass. But it came to pass right here, in my 20s, so to say. Right? So the visions are, so all of these things are creeping in. It's not tarrying anymore. We can see it. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That's it. Just shall live by his faith. And having faith in the Lord brings comfort. You understand? So these broken records, there's gonna come the time very soon when we'll be off the streets, we'll be off the internet, because these imposters over there in the land of Israel right now, pretending to be the people, they are very hurt, and they're angry. You understand? Hey, check this out.
An evil motive behind these imposters who have striven to
You're the imposters, fucker.
displace the true Jews. And there's just a lot of nonsense going on with that. I myself can tell you that I've been an Ashkenazi Jew all my life, and I've never had any attempt to displace anybody else from their Jewish identity. As far as I'm concerned, they're perfectly welcome to believe whatever they want. It doesn't really bother me. I hope they don't impinge on my beliefs about my identity. And as you can see from this flyer, there's also, strange admixtures of Christian elements as well. Many of these Israelite movements, they prefer generally the term Israelite to Jew.
Shut the fuck up. We don't teach the same doctrine like Christianity. So we don't have no Christian element in this. We deal with scriptures. What the Hebrew Israelites teach and what Christians teach are two different stuff. Christianity is basically loosely based upon the scriptures. They don't deal with prophecy. They don't deal with the throne of David, or they don't believe in the everlasting kingdom that will be established on earth. So you see what he's doing.
Borrow heavily from Christianity or lean Christian in their beliefs as well. And they tend to draw from some of the nastier elements of Christianity, like this passage from Revelation 2.9, referring to the synagogue of Satan. It's not a joke, because some of the more extreme, deranged people who associate with these movements have been associated also with terrible violence, including an awful shooting.
Bingo! You heard that? You see what I mean? So while you sit there, you're trying to create a narrative, to label us as extremists and terrorists. And look here, none of our camps are not going out there shooting up anybody, And as bugged out as the other camps are, I don't see none of them attacking anybody. You understand? So that's just a narrative that you're creating, and with enough properly crafted evidence, this is going to stumble a lot of jakes. You understand what I'm saying? Including many of our family members. And that's when brothers will, be on the run, not being able to prophesy, no access to the internet, because we'll be banned. And this is going to fulfill the famine of the word prophecy in Amos 8. You understand? So we see what this is all about. Things are getting very, very interesting. They have plans to destroy the broken records of the Lord, but it won't work. Amos 8 verse 11, it says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro and to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and shall not find it." So that's what's getting ready to come to these people as well. Because you see, the truth will no longer be accessible. Just lone judgment are going to be going out. Lone judgment upon judgment. Because once famine of the word come in, that's it. Anybody who never hear the word, if you're not of the elect, you basically get fucked. Is it? And that is when these people are going to realize that broken records, were repeating the song that they needed to dance to. This truth, the true gospel. Right? And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, during the time of Jacob trouble, will have, his broken records strategically dispersed, throughout the land, throughout the whole world, to gather the rest of the men, women, and children, who are supposed to be brought into the fold. Right? Because we know there are elect members out there. You understand what I say? You have the men preaching the gospel, and then you have the rest of the men, women, and children who are here and believe. So the Lord have his men exactly where he wants them. You know what I mean? He's going to take them off of the streets, and during the time of Jacob trouble, different brothers are going to be in different locations, going through different trials. You know what I mean? And according to the story, many will be saved. Well, a large amount will be saved, right? But many more will die. You understand? So, how though? How will these people come into the fold? The men, because remember, the men of the Lord won't be walking around in the land saying that I am an elect man of the Lord. They won't be doing that. You understand what I say? Because what? Jacob won't believe. They're too carnal minded. So that's when the Lord now is going to use what? Live evidence, to point them to these men through divine intervention, spiritual power, miracles. Brothers are going to have that relaxed, stable vibration about them. That's Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Right? So these men will be the spiritual alpha males, if you will. You understand? So these broken records are the prized possessions of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. The men that he's going to mark with that Tawah, spiritual mark. Because the Lord always leave a remnant of his people. He never entirely destroy them. You know what I mean? A spiritual mark is very important. And we are hoping, that's why we do the work. We try to stay as sincere as possible. Keep the laws to the best of our ability. Because we are hoping to be off that lot. The men that were marked. You understand what I say? What's that? Ezekiel 9:4. Yep. Let me see. Okay, let me read Ezekiel. What I want to do first is read Ezekiel 7. And it says here, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto the land of Israel, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. So the Lord always have issues with Israel when it come on to them abominations, and iniquity. You understand? How much more today? And mine eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. And this world are gonna know when Jacob trouble pop off that Yahweh Bashib Yahweh Shai is a terrible power. The fear of the Lord will come back into the land again, slowly, and entirely when the kingdom get established. Now we can draw for Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, this is a prophet, go, no, wait. Oh yeah, this is the angel, right? The killer angel. You understand? We can start at verse 1 as a matter of fact. So it says here, he cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth towards the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. So these are some angels, killer angels, as I call them. And the glory of the Lord of Israel was gone up from the cherub, see, an angel, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. See it now, and it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, a people before it's a place, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. You see that? And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. So the mark are going to come first. Those men will be marked, and then the angels are going to get the dirty job done now. Right? Smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly all the grandmama and young, picnic on the breast, both maids and little children, little kids that running around, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Start with people who know them are Israelite, not the truth. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So nobody's safe. The Lord being business. Time of Jacob trouble. That's why it's going to be mass death. You see me? And those men, the broken records, and those men are going to be strong towers, because them have, and Lord willing, we are off that fold, but the broken records, the ones that are sincere will have the mark. You see me? And that is when more men will become followers, and women will flock into those men as well. You know, those same prophets, those same broken records for safety. You understand? But for many of these Israelites, it's gonna be too late. Right? So all of this is just a very beautiful design. You know? Broken records are out there in the street playing the song. Only the elect will dance to that tune. Kalalal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. God willing, the lesson was edifying. Shalom.